What is up? And welcome back to yet another installment of Ask PJ Braun here at Blackstone Labs. I almost forgot the way I say the intro because it's been a bit since
It
we
has.
did this. I almost tripped up on my own words there. But we are, in fact, at the Blackstone Labs headquarters. We are not in a guest room. We are not in my old apartment. We are not anywhere. We are here, and we're here to answer questions, which we have not done in a couple of weeks. So we got to get back into it. And we got a pretty fat stack here today.
I'm scared.
We got a pretty fat stack. Obviously, there are some spammy, does Blackstone Labs want to invest in the Prince of Arabia type emails in here? So when I start reading those off the rip,
Okay.
you know.
We'll be prepared for those. Good thing I have my Army combat gear on today.
Yeah, thank God for that, because we may need it for the assault on these questions that's coming.
Yeah, I had a young man named Zach that just got back from Afghanistan that brought me some goodies today, so I put it all on. That's why if my hair looks a little weird, it's because I was wearing this boonie hat. But I'm keeping this official shirt on today. I feel like
I want to get a little peek of that for
I feel good.
Oh, whoa. For the Young Feezy YouTube channel that's going to be coming up. Hopefully we'll have the first video up on the new channel for myself before this one airs.
Is this like knife resistant?
I would not assume that it would be anything less.
We shouldn't try though, right?
I wouldn't try it.
No, probably not try. It's really like heavy duty. This part's got to be.
We'd have Chris Aaron try it.
Anyway, we're not going to try to stab me or cut me or anything, but it feels pretty heavy duty.
I mean, it's got to at least be good enough that you could like take it off and strangle an enemy with it.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool that he gave me that tourniquet too.
The way he said it though was not untrue, but I just wonder how often in the regular everyday society of America, people that get shot are like, damn, I wish I had a tourniquet with me. I think they're more so like, fuck, I better just get to the hospital.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have like people like Sammy who was sitting in there and didn't know what a tourniquet is.
What?
Yeah, so he wouldn't have been able to use it.
Yeah, he would have just had it and been like, I don't know what this is for. I guess I'll put it around my neck and just kill myself.
Awesome.
Oh, man. So is it what we're going to be pulling Sammy in?
Well, originally I was going to because I figured we haven't done this in a while. There's not going to be any questions. But then when I heard how many there are, you might have to wait till a later date.
Damn. All right. Yeah, we got some questions.
We're going to see how it goes. I thought that it was going to be too quick of an episode to just answer some questions.
Maybe a lot of these will be like quickly, repeats.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to squeeze them in.
Yeah, I guess it has been a while since we did it.
Maybe.
It's funny because I feel like whatever the last one we did, we checked and there was like 8 questions, and I was like, I'll just do them another time. But I guess that was longer.
Well, I think that was 3 weeks ago was the last time we did it.
Yeah, the El Money's one, I think, right? Yeah, I guess it was longer.
And did we do all the questions with her? Or did we just do an interview with her?
No, we just did an interview, so.
Yeah, so there's probably some in here. All right, so this one's going to go back to June 19th if you're ready to get it started.
Oh, wow. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get started. Oh, go ahead. Just make sure that's turned off. All right. First one comes from our boy Jose. He says, hello, hope you're doing great. I have a question for you. I would like to take a hormonal stack, but I'm a bit worried about the post-cycle. Don't want estrogen to spike at all. Just want to get some lean muscle. Don't want to be a bodybuilder. What do you recommend to buy, including estrogen blocker?
Whenever people are asking me those questions now about their stacks, I mean, there's a number of ways that I could answer it and it would be correct, but I've decided to just make it really easy and tell them to just buy Methaquad.
Methaquad is probably Methaquad and Halo are my 2 favorite products.
Yeah, I mean, I use Halo every day, but you pretty much accomplish everything that you're trying to accomplish with the Methaquad, And for the people that are interested, I had Keon work up to 3 Methaquad a day up until last week, and then I pulled it out last week just because I was trying to, boost his androgens up a little bit more, get something oral in him that would, help him put some size on faster, and it worked pretty good. So
I tell people all the time, even working at Blackstone Labs, I don't understand how Halo works so well.
Yeah, Halo is awesome. Between the Methaquad and the Halo together, you'll feel stronger. You'll put on muscle. You won't have any issues with water weight. And then, when you're done, you're absolutely going to need PCT5. And I always say stack the PCT5 with the apex male. It's just the best way to do it. But you really shouldn't need any extra estrogen blocker. I mean, if you're trying to really dry out, you might, but there's a little bit of room of staying in the Methaquad, so I think that you're fine without it.
But it says don't want to be a bodybuilder, so actually it says don't want to be a buddy builder is what it says, to be factual.
Yeah, I think that the easiest way to go, if you were trying to be a bodybuilder, I would tell you stack Brutal Force, Chosen One, go all out, but just take the Methaquad. He solves it all pretty easily.
You'll be all right. All right, next one says, I know your opinion about teenagers being on pro hormones, but what about someone who's close to mid-20s? I'm 23 years old, and I've been thinking about trying out a cycle of Brutal Force or Abnormal, or maybe both. My only concerns are the hair loss and erectile dysfunction after the cycle, even though I would do proper PCT and take gear support during the cycle. I got blood work done, and my doctor won't put me on TRT because my free test is 139 and total test is 1087.
Whoa.
Are these numbers good, and will I benefit from the pro hormones? I came to the point where I lose motivation because I'm 6'6", 210 pounds, and still look skinny. It is extremely hard to bulk up even by consistently stuffing myself with over 3,000 calories daily, 300 carbs, and around 250 protein. Laxogenin and EpiCat won't do anything for me. Thanks for all the knowledge you've shared so far. It helped me a lot. Okay, peace out, bye.
What did he say about Laxogenin?
He said Laxogenin and EpiCat won't do anything for
Yeah,
me.
so I'm going to answer this question.
He's like, I'm not trying to get any fucking taller. I'm already 6'6".
Yeah. Well, I'm going to answer this question a couple of ways just to be as real as possible, as they say. So for starters, what most people would tell you with test and free test that high, you should probably just don't do anything because you're on
natural tests.
Your natural test is higher than a lot of people that are using HRT. People that are on HRT are trying to get to 1100. That's the most the doctor wants you to be at on HRT. You're there. And your free test is crazy high. Good for you. So, I mean, you're just in beast mode. That's awesome. You're in beast mode all the time. But I'm going to say this to you. You're never going to get the true results that you want without breaking the threshold of what the doctor really wants you to be at. And so for that reason, here's what you can do. And I'm strategizing this for you because you're old enough.
Pull up a chair and get your notepad.
Because a lot of people would say that I'm giving you bad advice, but it's all about, I'm looking at long-term, what your ultimate goal is. Your ultimate goal is to get on TRT. So this is what you do. You run a cycle of Brutal Force and Chosen One, and you run it pretty hard for 8 weeks. After those 8 weeks, you wait about a week, start doing your PCT, and then go get your blood work done. Your test levels are going to be really, really, really low. And you can say that you're very tired, and then the doctor will prescribe you HRT after that. Now, here's the deal. If you don't get on HRT, you're going to have to PCT pretty hard after being on all that time, and then it's possible, if you're unlucky, that your natural test won't come back to being as high as it is now, and you're not going to feel as good. But you'll get great results doing the Brutal Force and Chosen One for the 8 weeks when you're on it, and you're kind of looking at it as you're doing this to crash your test out so you can get on HRT to be a little bit better. So you're a tricky one because people typically don't have test and free test that high naturally. That's pretty mind-blowing.
I don't know why I just had this thought, and I'm probably going to fuck this up because I'm not into bodybuilding like everybody else is around here as much, so I forget a lot of the terms. Is it Proviron that works with your free test?
Yeah, I mean, it also can work with DHT a little bit too. Proviron is works with the androgen receptor itself. So
would Proviron be incredible for this guy?
I mean, it would probably make him, with his test already being that high, it would probably just make him look really hard.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably do well with some Anavar or something added in. True. But because
everybody can.
He already has the test based, so
who can't do good with some Anavar?
Yeah, I know. But normally a guy wouldn't do Anavar without test, but your test is super high. I mean, the only way that you're going to get on HRT is that number has to come down
be
like
tanked.
less than 500. You know, it's got to be like less than 300. Because I've seen guys less than 500, and the doctor's like, nah, you're still pretty good.
What if he does the protocol that you just told him to tank his test, and he goes back and it's like he's at like 950? The doctor's like, nah, bro, you're a freak. You ain't getting shit.
If that's the case, you should just embrace it. You know, he'll make really good gains with that high of testosterone.
Yeah, 23, 6'6", 210, and that high of test, dude, just start slamming chicken breast to lift as heavy as you can.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to eat some dirty calories, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Cheeseburgers and like.
Yeah. When I was in my zone bodybuilding, I got into this phase where I was in a fucking zone and my metabolism was moving so fast that I couldn't put weight on anymore. And so what I was doing was, I've told this story on the podcast before, is every day after my workout, I was going to Wendy's and eating a classic triple with fries because, you know, you're getting like 2,000 calories when you do that. And on top of all the clean food that I was doing, like I couldn't get any more calories in. And I was like, I remember I was like, for like 6 months, I was like between 256 and 259. Like I couldn't crack 260. It was driving me crazy. And I had to get into doing those classic triples. And that finally pushed me over. I think I had a Baconator that maybe pushed me over, to be honest with you.
I think it was one Baconator on a Thursday night that did it. I think I specifically remember back to the way that burger felt passing through my system. I was like, yep, that was the one.
It was the bacon.
It was so much bacon. All right. So next one says, good afternoon, PJ. Thanks for answering my question. I'm about to order and start taking S23. This is my first time ever taking any SARMs, and I would like to know what I need to be taking during and what I need to take post so I could go back to normal. Thanks.
Yeah, everybody wants to do S23 now. It's like the hottest thing on the street, and rightfully so, because it's pretty damn amazing. The cool thing about SARMs is, so you get the good sides of the steroids, but without the bad sides. That's like a very layman's way of putting it, but that's kind of like what it is. So, you know, you can get into the.
So hold on. Before we get any farther into this question, the very next question is the same guy. And it says, so I did the Beat PJ a couple years ago. I had all the subs from Blackstone. It worked great. I now want to try this S23 that I've been hearing you along with Dr. Huge talk about it. I see that I'll need gear support along with PCT5 and Apex Male. The only thing I'm worried about is how do I take it? Do I use the directions on the bottle, or is there an alternate dosage I can take for different results? I would love to get shredded, and if I build muscle at the same time, great. But I've never been shredded, so that's what I'd like to do. Thanks.
All right, I'll answer it all. So I'll just walk you through how to do it. So
just figure we'd just clump it in there.
yeah, put it all together. Give you a little S23 protocol. Pretty much everyone can do this. So with the S23, much like anything else, if you're already on testosterone, you're probably going to get a lot better results with it. But if you're not on testosterone, I don't think that you need to worry about crashing your test so bad that it's not going to come back. You'll just do a normal PCT afterwards, and it'll come back. So here's what I would suggest doing for your first time trying it. Because if you do this, if you do it exactly like this, you'll have good, fast results, and then you can kind of gauge it for your next time around. So the one downside, which to many people is going to be an upside of S23, is it's going to basically make you fertile. You know, they're talking about using it as
infertile.
Infertile. They're talking about using it for birth control for men.
So just start letting them go inside of her, boys, because that's what it's made for. That's the only reason we're taking this stuff. Just letting them go.
So, you know, what I would suggest to do, the starter dose is 20 milligrams a day. So take one with breakfast and another one sometime midday. And you should be fine at that dose. Some people say that they felt like they were going like hypoglycemic on it. And I never got any of that, but I talked to one guy that was getting it like every day, and then he quit. He couldn't take it anymore.
I've noticed that. So I usually take one in the morning, and then I usually take one pre-workout, which is like after work. I've noticed it makes me retardedly hungry.
Yes.
Retardedly hungry. But I obviously I'm not going to be putting on any fat from that no matter what I eat. But because I'm so hungry all the time and I know it's from the S23, it's definitely making me go hypo faster.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%, no doubts about it. Because on the days that I forgot to take it, when I get hungry, I could be hungry for a lot longer and not go hypo. So that shit like sucks the nutrients into your muscles.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's important to notice that where you're feeling hungry and probably giving yourself the food, because I know you're trying to get ripped, but you don't want to go hypo. So you may want to adjust that. Now, I had been telling people to go to 30 milligrams after the first week. And I think that's a sweet spot where everybody can not only get leaner, but also put some muscle on at the same time. And the most people that I talked to got leaner and harder the entire time they did it. I know I did. And I actually pushed it to 40 milligrams the last week that I did it. And it was intense. I got very, very strong as well. Now, if you're going to keep your dose conservative, let's say you keep it at 20 milligrams, you could run that for 6 weeks, no problem. There's not a toxic side to it at all. There's not any sort of liver toxicity, very, very mild, super, super mild if you stay on for a while as far as like toxic.
So where are the bad sides?
So it's going to make you aggressive. It can make your temper a little short. That's something that everybody that's done it has commented on. And there was a day where I got pretty mad on it. And you have to be aware of that when you're doing anything like that. But when you finish it, I would just do PCT5 and Apex Male. You're not going to need any special like Clomid or anything like that. That's the beauty of SARMs. And, you should bounce back right away pretty easily.
So I actually didn't know that there was like no toxic, like anything like that. So just as long as you want.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna, of course,
diminished returns, obviously.
Yeah, but you're gonna, you're going to. The longer you stay on it, I mean, the more infertile you're gonna be. But
dope.
I've heard some rumors that it can crash your good cholesterol, but I don't think anybody has really like studied it that long yet. So,
well, my good cholesterol is great.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's doing that much.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see if somebody. Or somebody did a longer cycle of S23 and got their blood work done like towards the end of it so people can see.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I just got my blood work taken a couple weeks ago. It was like pretty close to the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I'll take S23 for like 6 months. And then
6 months.
I'm not kidding.
I still have to ask Tony Huge how long like any of those guys have done it because they always do 30-day blasts. That's like their thing, which is great because you find out a lot in 30 days. They try different dosages and whatnot. So I'll have to see what's the longest anybody's really messed around with S23 before.
I really think I need to try the injectable one.
Yeah, so Kenny KO is actually experimenting with that now. He's supposed to be giving me some feedback on it.
I think I need to fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, anything injectable is going to work better than oral, just the way it is.
And if anything works better than this shit,
I know.
I want it.
Honestly, like, it's so interesting to me how some people have had such bad side effects of this because I had an overwhelmingly good experience. And like Mike Peskin yesterday, he had such a bad experience on it that he was like, dude, I'm getting off this stuff.
What happened?
And Sammy was like, I feel like you weren't on S23. And he got the one that Tony Huge and Trevor were telling people to take.
What happened?
He said that he was going really, really bad hypo.
Oh.
Like brutally bad. Like literally as soon as he would take it, I'm like, he can't hit you that fast,
Yeah.
And I think he was saying that like it made him throw up. It gave him a bad headache, like all kinds of bad stuff. Like it was making him nauseous, not throw up.
I guess maybe it has made me randomly nauseous. I just didn't think it was the S23 doing that. But over the last couple of weeks, I have been randomly nauseous at random, like once a week, literally randomly.
Huh.
Like, which I at the time just chalked it up to like food or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be something.
But yeah, I guess I have experienced that as well.
Food/hypo related,
But like I also have been having a hypo problem since way before I was taking
Yeah,
S23.
you've had for as long as I've known you. So
it's definitely nothing from that. I think it's hilarious that I went to the fucking doctor and she's like, well, the only thing that's wrong with you is you just need to eat more protein. That's it. You just eat more protein and
That's funny.
You're the healthiest person on the planet. Like, thanks, doc.
No more mac and cheese. You gotta put some more chicken in there.
Well, no, that's what I told her. She was like, how's your diet? And I was like, it is literally the worst diet of anybody you have under your care.
And what'd you say to that?
She was like, no, that's not true. I was like, does anybody else that you know eat cheesecake and ice cream every night? And she was like, sure they do. They might not tell me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm telling you. so if you think that they're lying to you, and imagine, like
your diet is like mac and cheese,
horrible.
Ice cream, and cereal.
Yeah, and this was a 4-pack
and candy.
4-pack of peanut butter Snickers. I'm drinking a
Mountain Dew.
I just had 2 packs of Cheez-Its. I had a Red Bull. I had a Little Debbie's fruit pie. I had a cereal bar, and that was just to hold me over for the podcast because I was going to go hypo during the podcast if I didn't eat that.
Well, she was right. There wasn't any protein in there, so
That's true.
yeah,
She's right. She's
right.
smart.
You gotta mix in some, chug some whey, wash some of that candy down with some whey.
I have been drinking more shakes. All right, next question. All right, so that's a repeat. What's up, boys? Have you dudes heard of the celery juice diet? I know celery is good for you, but what's up with it? Is it the new fad? Sylvester Stallone is backing it according to Extra as my grandmother is making us watch TV. Thanks.
So 2 things that it'll do for you, which is pretty hilarious. 1, it will make you blow huge loads. So the more celery you drink, this almost sounds like a trick question, like a joke question, but that is like the main thing that you're going to get out of celery. The other one has mild diuretic effects. It's going to make you go to the bathroom and clean you out a little bit more. But I mean, if I were you, I would do it more for the big loads. Although whenever I say that on the podcast, Yvette always writes me and says, no girl wants a bigger load.
What?
Yeah. She always shoots that down whenever we bring anything up about the celery on here.
Really?
Yeah. She's like any girl wants a bigger load. That's gross. No girl wants that.
I'm texting my girlfriend right
so
now.
Girls apparently, they want a smaller load. I guess if they're like swallowing it or having to take it all inside them, I guess they prefer it smaller. Maybe for shooting it on them, they want it to be bigger though. But I guess then that's just a matter of how much are they going to clean up after. These are all the things I suppose you have to think of from the lady's perspective.
I was going to text my girlfriend, but she's just made me angry, so I'm not going to ask her. Like, she's trying to get us hats made. Mm-hmm. No, not us. She's trying to get her and Marissa
I heard about the hats
for Las
thing,
Vegas.
Yeah.
So she goes to Lids, and she's like, hey, we're at the mall. Can you send me a JPEG of the Blackstone Labs logo? I text her back, and I said, are you sure that it's JPEG? Because usually when you go in there, they ask you for some weird format that is not, I know it's not JPEG because I've gone in there and done this before, so I know it's not that. And she's like, yes, that's what he said, JPEG. I'm like, okay, take the time to email Mike. Mike emails me black and white images in JPEG over to me. I send them over. Sure enough, after I send her the email saying sent, she's like, hey, so they didn't go through, but it needs to be in .dct. I'm like, now I'm not sending them to you.
There's a thing. David gave me this thing that you can send to people that has like every form of the logos on it, and they can just download it there.
Yeah. Well,
do you know what I'm talking about, Eric? Isn't there a thing that when people want our logos, they can just click on this link that has everything?
We have a whole link set up where they can get all the files they need for graphics.
Is it on the website?
I don't know the URL off the top of my head, but it's like
we can just
labs/marketing.
Yeah, something like that for the future.
Well, I don't care. I can't stand when she does dumb things. I hate it. It drives me crazy.
We'll have to take another trip to Lids.
Yeah, you will. Like, because I just don't understand. All right. So celery for huge loads. I can't understand why any woman wouldn't want a bigger. That's just retarded.
Yeah. I'm for the big loads.
I'm all for the big loads. I mean, I guess they don't understand that like the bigger the load, it just feels better.
Yeah, it does. My loads are like never really that big anymore. It's kind of a bummer. I don't know if that's from prolonged use of.
When was the last time you took Caber?
A while.
Take some Caber.
A while. Like
I'll juice those bad boys right back up.
I don't even know if I've used Caber like this year because I never really used Tren anymore.
I'll bring you a little bit.
All right. Juice those bad boys up.
I'll bring you a little bit. You'll be drowning Marissa.
Gotta put my nuts through some rehab.
Yeah. Come on now. Can't be fucking shooting those little baby guys. Little.
Yeah, it's like not.
That's not satisfying at all.
No, it's not impressive either.
All right. Next one says, PJ, I know you get sick of drug questions, but I wanted to check with the expert himself. Will using HGH suppress your natural IGF-1 levels when you come off cycle like testosterone does with your natural test levels once you come off? Maybe a dumb question, but I don't know much about HGH and I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Thanks for all you do.
The answer is yes, but it should bounce back.
Okay.
Pretty simple question, actually.
All right. This next one says, hey guys, G-Dog here. I've been using Blackstone products for a few months now. Very new to your products, and I just want to say outstanding supplements. I have a couple of questions for you on intermittent fasting. I'm new to intermittent fasting and I work out at 5 a.m. and don't break my fast until 2 p.m. PJ, I know you said your feeding window is 6 p.m. to midnight and you do your workout in the morning. First question, is there anything you take to replenish your body after your workout? The reason I ask is I've heard it's the best to feed your body immediately after working out. Second question, with intermittent fasting, can I eat right before bed or is there a time frame I should wait in between my last meal and bed? Maybe just give me an idea of how your day of fasting goes and what you eat to break your fast. My third question is, will supplements such as Recomp, Anagen, EpiCat, Halo Elite, Trojan Horse, or BCAAs break my fast? Final question, my buddies and I are going camping at the end of July. Sitting around a campfire is the only time I smoke a cigar. What cigars would you recommend? Thank you guys. See you on the cardio Q&A.
All right, a lot of questions there. So as far as your training breakdown with the fast, if you are trying to be as optimal as possible as a bodybuilder, then you should eat and train around the same time, period. And nobody can really argue any which way out of that one. Now, I don't do that, but I am really focused mostly on fat burning at this stage in life. I got a lot of muscle. I'm not going to lose it, I don't think. As long as I can stay consistent in the gym. But really all I care about is burning the fat, not having fat. You know, I exercise to stay healthy and try to live a long time. I happen to have a good amount of muscle left over, and I definitely don't want to lose it. But what I'm doing is not really like conducive to being the best bodybuilder. You know, I don't do anything after my workout. I just stay in my fast all day long. So for you, I would schedule your eating window around where you can train. So if you can only train at 11 o'clock, then I would eat from 12 to 6 or 12 to 8. I'd make that my window. Now, if you can't and you have to train at night, well, then I would make my eating time be at night. You know, I just like to do mine at night because, I just don't like, something caught in my throat.
Get that out of there, big guy.
I don't like eating during the day because it relaxes me too much. I'd rather be hungry because it keeps me on my toes more. And then once I'm done with everything and I eat at night, as soon as I start eating, I'm tired and I relax and I fall asleep.
Right to bed.
That's what happens. And it's funny because Marissa will be like, she'll want to do stuff at night.
You're like, we just ate the biggest lasagna.
And it's what happens though. Like I'm all jacked up, ready to go, and I'll be like grilling chicken and stuff at 6 o'clock, and then I'll eat like a little bit too much rice or something, and then it's like I can fall asleep pretty fast on the couch after that. So, if you're trying to be the best bodybuilder you can, time your workouts around when you can eat. None of those supplements will take you out of the fast, by the way. So you're good to go there.
What doesn't something have to have like X amount of calories?
So
to take
there's
you out of
a few douches who have put out statements saying that like BCAAs can take you out of your fast, and that is false. You know, you're fine.
Doesn't it have to have like a certain amount of calories or something? Like
yeah, well, people are like, well, BCAAs are broken down protein, so you're taking in protein, which will take you out of your fast. And there was like a doctor that said that, but there was actually a bunch of other exercise science people
that were like, that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
We all hate him at the convention.
I listened to one on Rogan that was like, give me a break. You know, drink your energy drinks, drink your aminos, have some coffee. You're not gonna take yourself out of your fast. You're fine.
But like, couldn't you eat like celery?
Probably. You could have
because it's nothing but water.
You know,
right?
a celery stalk. But like I talked to somebody that was like, yeah, you know, like I fast until like this time every day. And so I'll usually go like 18 hours. And I'm like, that's really good. And then he was like, yeah, you know, sometimes I'll have like an apple and then like 4 hours later I'll have like a banana. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not fasting. And he's like, well, that's all I have, and I space them out a lot.
That's starving yourself.
I'm like, basically, now you're just starving yourself. So
I just eat as little food as I possibly can, as many days in a row. I feel like that is what some people really need to do, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some people are so retardedly overweight that they don't even realize that, like, how bad they are. Like, you talk to most people that are overweight, they're like, I could lose 15 pounds. You're like, buddy, you could lose 50 pounds easily.
Yeah,
easily 50, maybe 60.
well, I have a buddy who he doesn't know his weight because the scales don't go that high. And he's like, I'm guessing that I'm like 375, 380. And he told me the other day, and he's actually been fasting the right way, and he's doing awesome. And so he told me the other day, he's like, dude, I'm 320. I'm doing awesome. I've lost like 50 pounds. And I mean, like, we assume that he's lost 50 pounds because he's just guessing because he doesn't know where his weight was.
It could have been like 80
Yeah, like most scales only go up to like 350, So, and he didn't want to weigh himself in at like the friggin' Costco scale or something like that,
Come on, you got to.
I guess that was like the only way he like knew his
Got to
weight.
do that. If I was, I would have to do that.
Yeah, he like got on the big thing there.
But like, I feel like for instance, like my mom is like super overweight, and sometimes she like tells me what her new plan is to lose weight, and I'm like, first off, I don't know why or who told you that this would be the thing to do, but like, all right. So first off, it's like, she wants to quit drinking soda, cut out the soda, just drink water. Like that's already big help. I'm like, yeah. She's like, and then I only eat half an English muffin, 3 egg whites. I'm like, you realize there's no like code you're cracking here.
Yeah.
That's just stop fucking eating.
Yeah.
Like just stop fucking eating.
It's funny because overweight people will like often come up with these ridiculous plans, and you're like, why don't you just do it the way that we're all doing it?
Yeah. And but then like, so she'll do this little like hacker like diet hack thing, and then like 3 days later I see that she just killed a gallon of ice cream in like 40 minutes. And I'm like, I don't think this is part of the code.
No, she got too hungry from trying to figure the code out.
From trying to eat 3 egg whites for 3 days.
It's like all those people that were doing the HCG diet, and they're like, yeah, you take HCG every day and you only eat 500 calories and you lose like all this weight. And then all of them finished it and then gained all their weight back pretty fast because they were fucking hungry as hell.
I thought you were gonna say like one of them died of starvation or something.
No, because the HCG makes you feel not hungry,
Oh, really?
and you burn all these extra calories, but it's stupid.
HCG makes you feel like sustained.
It can trick your body into like thinking that it's pregnant and start eating its own nutrients and burning things away like that. That's the theory behind it.
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, it's stupid. It was a fad for a while. So every Boca mom that doesn't want to work out has probably tried the HCG diet. Those are usually the ones that I hear talk about it.
Well, that's the thing is like, I don't know how many times I've told her like, you need to just go to the gym. You need to go to the gym. You need to go to the gym. And she's like, no, my doctor said that, I can't go to the gym because like my heart, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It gives me some bullshit reasons, right?
Yep.
So I like fast forward 2 years. Now I go to the same doctor. So I like realize like, this is the doctor that told my mom she can't go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to fucking rip this lady a new one. Like she sees how fucking big I am. She sees I obviously go to the fucking gym. Like she knows we got the same fucking last name. Mm-hmm. Come on now. So sure enough, once I make this connection, she comes in and I'm like, hey, what I've been meaning to ask you about why on earth you would tell anybody, let alone my overweight mother, that she shouldn't go to the gym. And she was like, I never told her that. I was like, oh, this is the plot thickens.
That's more like it.
This whole time I'm thinking like because she is on like blood thinners and like has like, medical issues that I could see a doctor saying like, because of this and this, you can't go to the gym. But I would think she would need to be in a more severe position than she is to get that. And so when I was like, you told my mom she can't go to the gym. She was like, I ain't never said that. I was like, damn. Now I look retarded.
That's hilarious. Blew up her spot.
Yeah, straight up. So then I went home and I was like, so I talked to the doctor. She's like, oh yeah? I was like, yeah. She said you can go to the gym. She's like, oh, it was a different doctor. I'm like, yeah, okay. For sure it was. Just double check, make sure we got all his.
Now, if she wanted you to train her, would you do it?
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've told her 100 times, if you just come to the gym, I will show you exactly what you need to do.
Would you do it for more than a week?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's a good sign.
Everybody
I don't think I would do that for my mom. I'd give her a week. And then I'd be like, you got to do this on your own now.
She couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't be able to, like, I couldn't, like, push her off the edge and expect her to fly after a week.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, my sister has made an incredible transformation over, like, the last 2 years.
That's
like,
awesome.
Incredible. Like, the last, like, 6 months ago, I would say, or I think last year at Christmas, I walked in and I saw her and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's my fucking sister. Holy shit. Like, she dropped weight. Like, she was doing good. And then all of a sudden one day, just like, boom, it dropped off all of it. Like, completely different person. I was like, holy shit. So it took her a long time and a lot of determination. So, and even then, she still feels like she isn't doing it right or doesn't know. And I'm like, Jen, you're clearly doing it right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're unsure about. So then, like, my mom, who's even less confident, it would be even longer before if I gave her a week, she'd be like, you just gave up on me. It's your fault if I die. Like,
Yeah, it's tough when you're helping family because there's that different vibe where you're not gonna like have the same patience, or maybe you will have more patience. It all depends on how your relationship is with each family member.
it's either you're going to try way harder or you're going to be like, come on,
Yep.
pick this shit up. Pick it up or put it down.
Yeah, like I got a couple people in my family that I know I would try really hard for, and then there's a couple I'd be like, listen, this is your day.
It ain't going to work out.
This is your day to learn all your body parts.
You fucking surprise me, maybe you get a second day. But like in a month, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't do this shit. All right. Next one says, yo, PJ and Jish, Todd here. This question is for PJ. For those doing intermittent fasting, such as myself, how would you recommend breaking the fast? I've been doing it with isolation protein and Formula 19 after the shake. Also, do you have $1 I can borrow? I really want this Kit Kat. Thanks, homie. Todd.
So what you're doing is actually kind of smart because you're getting something in easy to digest. And then it's probably, if you're waiting a little bit, it's probably kind of spiking your hunger. What you don't want to do when you come out of the fast, and I'm gonna tell you completely honestly, like I'll call myself a victim of doing this at least a few times a week. If you eat too hard, coming out of the fast, it wipes you out and you feel like shit, and then you have to like lay down and you're tired and you can't eat anymore. And so you really got to ease your way. You know, if you haven't had any food for all those hours, for 16 hours, 18 hours, you got to kind of like let your stomach get ready for the onslaught that you're going to do to it.
I feel like you honestly have to start off with something like, if you start off with like a protein shake,
Yep.
like not even something that's like a thick, like complicated protein shake,
Yep.
like almond milk and protein.
Yeah.
Or if you eat like crackers or something like that, and like you burn it in like 5 minutes, and then your body's like, more,
Yeah.
please give me more.
Some people do like a yogurt, you know, stuff like that just goes down real smooth and easy. And honestly, when I do it right, you wind up being able to eat way more food, and it feels a lot better. Like if I just eat basic like chicken and rice or fish and rice, and I just pace myself doing it, I could put it down like every 90 minutes. But what I often do is I get all fired up and I'll start making some food, and I'll make like a big ass steak, and I'll eat the steak and it was really good, and you know, I'll have it with like rice, and then I'll just get like in this zone of eating where I'm like, oh, I'll just have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too. But I'll be like eating some random nuts like while I'm making it. And then by the time I'm done with that, which if I spaced out a little bit, I'd be able to eat easy. It's like your stomach hurts bad. You got to lay down.
Like distended.
Yeah, it sucks. So you got to ease your way into it.
I know exactly what you mean about like finishing a steak and then being like, I'll just eat a peanut butter and jelly too. It's not, the thought isn't even, I'll eat a peanut butter and jelly too. It's almost like, this is a great pairing.
Yeah.
A steak and then a PB&J.
It is.
It's like it just polishes it off,
It
like
really
with a
does.
nice like purple brown.
That's how I feel about it. I had 2 PB&Js last night and it made me sick.
Really?
Yeah, because I honestly truly didn't need them, and that's what happens. Like I ate so I ordered some, this is kind of funny. Here's a blast from the past. Shout out to Wendell from Wendell's Famous
I
Burgers.
saw that.
I just wanted them.
I want them.
And I love those loaded Italian ones, are my favorite. So I ordered a couple cases, and they come in like packages of 3. So I made 3 of them. Marissa took 1. I had 2. Perfectly fine. 2 burgers is perfectly fine. But I was like talking in the kitchen, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to have a peanut butter and jelly.
Just standing in there makes you like feel like
Yeah.
you're not done.
And I really like peanut butter and jelly, and I had this loaf of bread that was just like fresh. So instead I made 2 peanut butter and jellies because I couldn't decide if I wanted grape or apricot jelly. So I made 1 of each, and by the time I was done with that, with the burgers and stuff, my stomach was really not good.
Well, now you know from experience that the obvious answer there was 1 piece of bread, half jelly, half grape jelly, half.
That is a really smart way to do it.
That is the
Yeah.
best. That's what you should have done. That's what I would have
I
done.
wasn't in the right mindset to think of that at that time. I was like, I'll just do both.
See, if you smoked weed, you'd have been on the right mindset.
Yeah.
You'd have been like, I could mix the jelly.
That's where not smoking weed will absolutely hurt you.
just give you a bad stomach ache. Oh man. No, I remember one of the first times I ever like got really, really like severe chronic munchies. I was at a friend's house and I went to go raid their kitchen and there was nothing in there except for the peanut butter and jelly that's pre-swirled in the jar. Okay. Like it comes together, and waffle ice cream cones. So I just put that shit in waffle ice cream cones and I ate it. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Sounds pretty damn good.
It was so good.
A waffle ice cream cone really enhances things. So
anything really.
Yeah.
Like you could just put white rice in there. It'd be good. All right. This next one says, PJ, are we allowed a cheat meal during this contest, or are we to follow the diet plan as it is written? Also, you mentioned olive oil quite a bit. Do you mean to cook with it or to eat and drink it? What's up, Colonel? Thanks, Rob Serrano.
He's talking about the Prove Sammy Wrong?
Yes, that is the title.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the cheat meals, but you have to keep it consistent. You know what I mean? Because if your diet isn't consistent, you know, you're going to get completely different results. But yeah, I don't have a problem with you doing cheat meals.
And I mean, this question is from July 12th, and it's now August 16th. So hopefully he hasn't had to cheat meals.
Just make sure you're doing the protocol the right way so we can prove Sammy wrong.
Holy shit. This is another S23 question.
Okay.
I got my order of S23 and read it mimics Winstrol. I had just started a cycle of Winstrol about a week ago, and I figured I better get off of the Winstrol while running the S23. Good decision, yes or no?
No, because they're actually quite different. I think the effects would be pretty similar, so you would probably do one or the other, but they're not. I don't think that they're gonna it's not like they're fighting for the receptor, if that's what you're asking. So you could run them together. I mean, I don't know how much harder you would look from doing it, but I don't think that it would kill you by any means. I mean, I'd rather see you run some Anavar with it.
That would probably, yeah. I mean, Anavar S23.
Yeah.
All right. This next one says, hey, PJ, my name is Jesse. I just graduated college where I played lacrosse for 4 years, and I built up a decent amount of strength during those 4 years. We did lots of cleans, squats, and bench movements, but never wanted to be big. After graduating, I am now sitting around 17 to 20% body fat. I took some time off and drank and worked out minimally these past 2 months. I am very disciplined and know that once I set a diet in place, I can stick to it very well, but I want to get shredded as fuck, honestly, and I want to show my friends that it is possible. They are all skinny fat and go out every single weekend. Sometimes they drink 3 times a week and get shit-faced. But my main 2 questions are, 1, what Blackstone product should I take during this cut to make slightly better progress / get leaner? And 2, you think I should stay at home and say, fuck you guys, I have goals, or go out sober and just watch them? Just curious as to what you guys think. Thank you guys for making these podcasts. They are fucking hilarious. And once you guys answer this, I hope to keep you guys updated with how the cut is going. I will 100% have more questions. My ultimate goal is to be on stage in 2020. Not sure which division, classic or bodybuilding. I want to get shredded for a bit, then begin to train for size, not strength, and see where I go. Would be cool to push Blackstone Labs products to the test to see where a newbie in the bodybuilding world would go in a year with them. Stay fucking weird, Jesse. Jesse, go apply for the Legion.
Hell yeah. Honestly, this is another one where I'm going to tell you I think you should just take Methaquad.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're trying to go and compete next year, you might as well step up to the good stuff.
Yeah, you stack Methaquad, chosen one.
Yeah, if you stack the Methaquad and chosen one, you'll get
harder,
really hard. You'll get bigger, and you'll get really hard dry gains, as they like to call them in the meathead world. You'll probably get a little bit drier gains by adding the chosen one into it, and then you absolutely have to do a PCT afterwards for sure. Very important, but I mean, you'll change fast if your diet's in check the right way.
Yeah, I would say with your diet in check the right way, stack the chosen one, Methaquad. Do like the Carnitrim, and
I think Carnitrim is awesome. By the way, like
I haven't taken it.
The more I take it, it's becoming like in my top 5 favorite supplements now.
Really?
It makes your energy so crazy when you're training and when you're doing cardio. Like, it makes cardio easy. Like, I've been doing the same speed cardio for a few years. Like, I don't try to push past that. I just get in my zone of steady state. And it's made it seem so easy that I've been increasing the speed. And, in the past when I wanted to make it harder, I just increased the incline. But I'm walking faster too because it just seems easy on the carnit trim. And I ran out. And so yesterday I had no carnit trim and my cardio was harder. So I was like, damn, well, I feel like I'm trying to walk fast here and it's not happening.
Well, I haven't taken it because obviously I don't need it. But Tara, I've religiously tried to get her to sweat in the gym.
Yeah.
And just can't do it. No matter what I do, I could fucking stick her on a treadmill, stick her on a Stairmaster, make her do legs, make her do burpees. Doesn't matter. She will not sweat. Started taking carnit trim. Second day taking carnit trim, drenched in sweat.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit. I guess that works.
Yeah.
I guess that whatever's in there is what you needed to sweat.
Yeah, it'll make you sweat for sure.
Yeah.
That's good. You got her sweating.
Yep. That's what the carnit trim does, y'all. So get that for your ladies. All right. Oh, and do you think that he should go out and watch his friends sober?
No, that shit sucks. Stay home.
Yeah, fuck that.
Being
Stay
sober
home.
out when everybody's drunk is the worst.
Fucking get an Xbox Live account. Download Halo. Stay home.
Yep.
Fuck those dudes.
There you go.
All right. Next one says, oh. Usually I would just skip past this one, but this sounds great. Instagram marketing opportunity for Blackstone Labs with Floyd Mayweather on August 6th.
Oh, yeah, I got that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, that was 10 days ago.
Yeah, we missed it.
God damn it. Fuck. What's up, Floyd?
Shout out to Floyd Mayweather.
Shout out, Floyd. We know you watch the podcast. Next one says, all right, big fan. First off, I've heard you say you don't think anyone listens to every podcast. I've got news for you, buddy. I do. I adore your down-to-earth attitude, but one day you'll have to accept you're loved by many. I work a similar job to USPS, except it's with uniforms, and we actually work our asses off. It's called UniFirst. Anyhow, I don't listen to music during work. I play your podcast on repeat all day long. I don't have any questions as I'm pretty well versed in the gym thing and gear, partially thanks to you and Palumbo in the PJ making fun of Dave voice.
Dave.
But I wanted to tell you a funny story. A nutrition store in my town closed down and everything was half off. So I purchased 4 tubs of protein, 2.2 pounds. I wasn't aware Singerman owned Redcon or know anything about it until I heard it on one of your episodes. So I noticed one day while drinking a shake, all 4 tubs were Redcon. So being loyal as fuck, I dumped that shit in the trash and bought some Synth6. Now, maybe I missed it, but if you have a protein out, what's it called so I can get some real shit? Thanks again, bro. You're a hero to many. Cole Swole Mason, IG, #CS Swole Mason.
I feel bad that he threw away all the protein.
I mean, you already had it, bro. You could have just drank it.
And I'll tell you this.
I already had the money.
I'm pretty sure that he gets his protein from the same place I do.
So it was the same protein.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a bummer. But I appreciate the loyalty.
You actually threw away Blackstone Labs protein.
Yeah, kind of.
That's crazy.
Copycat protein.
Jesus.
Well, hey, I respect your loyalty. Ours, you have our isolation, and if you're using Synth6, which is a blend, you may want to try our 3-way. I think you'll like that.
I would be so mad if I was like, I'm dumping this protein down the drain because my loyalty for this brand, only to have them come on their fucking podcast that I watch every week and then have them be like, no, it was actually the same stuff as our stuff.
I feel bad. I have to be honest, though. I don't like lying.
You could probably just like send us an email. We send you out some tubs of protein. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll hook you up.
Yeah, so shoot me an email over to cs@blackstonelabs.com. Cole the Swole Mason. All right. He didn't have a question.
Oh, all right.
Next one comes from Rob Serrano.
Oh, Mr. Serrano, a regular. I've probably answered this question in the Q&A. He's like in there every day, but let's see. Maybe I haven't.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think it was
Was it about the stickers?
Yes. Yeah, you already got that.
Yep.
All right. Next one says, hey, PJ and Josh. First off, I love Blackstone Labs. Recomp, Trojan Horse, and Glycolog are my absolute favorites. Huge thanks for taking the time to podcast and answer all of our questions. The Muscle Mogul series you did with Generation Iron was sick. On to my question. I ran an 8-week cycle of Ostarine, 2 weeks, 10 milligrams, and 6 weeks at 20. I ran it with Eradicate because, unfortunately, I'm pretty sensitive to estrogen side effects.
It's a low dose.
Better safe than sorry, right?
This is a man, right?
Larry Campbell.
Huh, okay.
I am currently in the last week of a 4-week PCT with PCT5 and Apex Male. How long should I wait after my PCT before running another cycle of Ostarine or any other compound for that matter? On a few podcasts, you mentioned after finishing a PCT from one of your pro hormones, you can hop right back on. Does this apply to SARMs as well? Thanks again for taking the time to answer our questions. And he left his Instagram name.
Yeah, definitely. And once you're done with your PCT, go back on and do the right dose this time. That's a girl dose.
Did you see good results with the girl dose?
Yeah, I'm curious of the results let us know the results that you got. I promise you, if you just start at 30, you can probably stay at 30 and you'll get way, 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 way better results with the Ostarine. Like most guys are doing 30 to 50 on the Ostarine. I think 30 is a great number that you'll have awesome results. No downside to it, because I have had plenty of girls use 10 milligrams and get good results. So
next one says, Blackstone Labs, we have some exciting news to share with you. The International Songwriting Competition. What the fuck is that? What is the National Songwriting Competition?
I don't know. Oh, shit. You know what? Fucking A, I'm so upset. That question, that ridiculous spam just reminded me that yesterday, I think it was yesterday, yeah, it was National fucking Lizard Day. And I didn't even post any of my shit. I saw some posts.
I'm thinking this is something like real.
No, that reminded me. That's how my brain works, man. Shit comes in later.
I'm thinking you like forgot Marissa's birthday or something. It's just fucking.
I saw this awesome monitor in the morning, when I was like going to the bathroom or something. And I was like, whoa, look at this monitor. And it said like National Lizard Day. And I was like, oh shit, it's National Lizard Day.
Oh.
And I was like, I got all kinds of content I got to get out today.
My lizards.
Lizard Boy, the Delray Misfits call me. And I freaking forgot. I missed it.
I'm sure that the lizards will forgive you in anticipation for next year. All right. This next one says, actually, the next one is asking if we want to buy absorbic acid and glutamine.
I will pass.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right. This one says, Anonymous. Good morning, Colonel and Lord Braun. Hope you are both doing well. My question is non-supplement related, and hence I requested my name not be mentioned. Here we go. I am not a fan of cardio, but I need to incorporate it in my workouts. So while doing cardio, I watch porn videos or home videos of my wife. It helps the time to pass quicker. My question for both of you is, have you ever done this before? Now, a lot of times I cannot actually watch the videos as people may be around me, but I can listen to them using my headphones. It really has helped make cardio more fun. Thanks for keeping my name out of this. My wife watches the podcast with me sometimes. Yes, she knows I watch her videos and just thinks it's funny. Legion Strong. No name, please. Thanks.
Is the name in there?
Yeah.
Do I know the person?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That makes it even better. I'll have to know off the air. So, I mean, if you're able to pass the time in cardio better by listening to sex, I mean, more the power to you. That would bother me though, like just listening to it. I'm very visual. I'd like to watch what's going on, and having like staring at the digital dashboard or like people running around working out while I'm listening to sex would would throw me off. I'm sure at one point in my life I probably watched some Pornhub on the old treadmill before. I'm always doing my cardio Q&As on the treadmill, so that's what passes the time for me. Maybe you can do a cardio Q&A with your wife, and you guys can just dirty talk each other and just hope that nobody's around you is listening to you.
Dude, what you need to do is you need to invest in a really high quality VR headset so you can just be VRing it up on the treadmill.
That would be sick.
Oh man, that would be fucking dope. Could you just imagine you're looking around, you're watching like an orgy fucking VR video, you're looking all around, it's like you're not at the gym.
The funny thing is, I feel like everybody that would be looking at that guy in their head would be like, that guy's definitely watching porn.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't see you. I'm watching porn.
Shout out to your wife though for making you those videos.
Dope. No, I have not. I haven't tried it.
Nope.
I may have to now. but I'm also very visual, so I'm just gonna have to do it on a day where it's like early in the morning or late at night and nobody's around me, because I'm definitely not sacrificing.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
experience.
I've definitely looked at like boobs and shit on there before, but I've not actually like been like, I'm gonna pull up this scene on Pornhub.
I also don't do cardio, so like,
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't really have the opportunity.
You wouldn't know if you like it or not in the first place.
Yeah,
It was blowing me up
I only did cardio for 12 weeks in my entire life.
in your life.
But it sounds like fun. All right, next one says, curious to know what would be a good stack for a beginner. Not a fan of pills. I'm fairly tall and thin, starting to see a difference now that I'm hitting the gym 4 days a week and cut out sugar with healthy eating. Just looking for something to really get me over the hump. Thank you for your time.
So I assume you don't want to take steroids.
Doesn't want to take pills and only goes 4 days a week. Probably not on the hormone level.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't want to take steroid pills, that's no big deal. Just get yourself a shot of testosterone. Well, get yourself some BCAAs. Can't go wrong there. Formula 19.
Hype.
Hyperloaded, now that we have it. Very exciting. I mean, I would just maximize your workouts. So, you can take a pre-workout to train harder. You can do the pump stuff, which I think everybody should do. Hyperloaded is our new pump product. And then I would do the Formula 19 after, just to really enhance your recovery and get the most out of, that window, as they call it, the anabolic window after you train. Get your whey protein in, and then just leave it at that.
See, guys like this are the guys that are angry at us that we don't still have that powdered Apex Male.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We could do more powdered stuff.
Guys like Dave.
People complained over the powdered Apex Male and said it tasted like shit.
I mean, yeah, but you got gains.
Yeah, I guess so. Some people really do good on Apex Male, which I think is great.
It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, like I have people all the time that are like, dude, once I got an Apex Male, man, I just started like getting freaking strong and my weight started going up. And I'm like, that's all you were doing? And that just tells me that there's a lot of guys with low natural testosterone running around.
Or it's like very much a mental thing, because I have friends that like didn't want to take steroids, whatever. So I got them some Apex Male, and they're like, dude, I'm so much stronger. I'm so much bigger. My dick is harder, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, all those things are probably happening for sure. But like, Apex Male didn't add like 100 pounds to your bench. You just quit being a bitch because you thought you were taking something.
Yeah.
You just stopped being a little bitch.
Exactly.
That's all that happened. But no, some people do get really good gains off of just Apex Male. But I think that, most of my friends that have been like, oh my God, they probably had like a low test and weren't trying at all.
And weren't trying, exactly.
So then you start taking something that, balances your test a little better, and you start trying like 100% versus never doing that before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to see some pretty good results, and you're going to feel better, and your dick's going to work better. Yeah, for sure. All right, next one says, Did the bottles change for the DHEAs? I recently got an order and the bottles are different, especially the Methaquad. It's solid black instead of the typical clear. These gains are loyal. Thanks, PJ brother.
I thought we were not changing the bottles for the pro hormones.
Yeah, the Methaquad bottle definitely changed because I got a black one.
We maybe just ran out of the other ones. I know that we were going away from clear bottles though.
Yeah.
Because you can see all the stuff in the clear bottles, and people were getting all freaked out by the colors changing and whatnot. So we decided to go to either black or white bottles for pretty much everything now. I assure you guys that regardless of the color of the capsules or the pills or the bottles, the stuff that's in there is exactly the same, and it's doing what you need it to do.
Yep. No stronger, no weaker.
Nope.
It is just different
like
colors.
People tell me that they freak out. Like I've had people a bunch of times like, I'm kind of freaking out because last time
was orange,
or like last time the glycolog was yellow and now it's clear. Like I don't know if they put the wrong thing in the bottle, and I'm like, no, we went to veggie caps, so it's just a food coloring on the label that makes it that color. So
I really like how the arson caps have like the writing on it.
I like those too. I hope we don't go away from those.
Me neither.
I like the fancy caps like that.
Me too. I've seen I don't think it was in the nutrition or like sports supplement category like how we are. Like I think it was more generic, but there was like a product that I saw that was in a pill that had liquid in it, but it had like beads, almost like an extended release Adderall, but like bigger and multicolored and like neon, and it was very eye catching in a clear bottle. And I was like, wow, like if you were to market this as like some muscle building thing, everybody would just buy it because they're like, look at the DNA's in the pill right
I
there.
wonder what it was.
Like, it was crazy though. Like imagine a clear cap with clear liquid and then different colored neon beads inside of it.
Cool.
Like, and it, the little pocket of air like moved around in it, and it was just like very eye catching on a shelf.
Yeah, I wonder what that was. That's neat.
Next one comes from Santiago, who also asked a couple of questions about the S23 earlier. He says, hello, PJ. Thanks for all the great supplements and advice. My question is, what are some titles of videos I can find you under?
PG Braun bodybuilder. A bunch of stuff will come up. Type in, if you want to see some freaky stuff, type in PG Braun Brooklyn, and you'll see me guest pose there. Pretty massive. PG Braun Muscle Mag from a shoot that I did right after Nationals with Juan Morel. But most of them will come under PG Braun bodybuilder.
The Floyd Mayweather thing, they're relentless. They reached out a bunch of times, but like they were expecting quite a large following for all the participating brands. I wonder if anybody got that. That's quite the general prediction.
Interesting.
More spam. Who is watching our YouTube videos telling everybody to send spam to Ask PJ Braun at BlackstoneLabs.com?
Yeah.
Because I don't get none of this spam to the sponsor email.
Weird.
So,
What kind of spam is it?
It's improve your Shopify.
Oh, God.
Instagram marketing opportunities. Blah 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 blah. Fucking crazy shit. All right. Next one says, I'm starting a business not in the health or supplement space. Every business must, of course, have some amount of startup capital. Can you tell the story of what your sources of startup capital were and how much it took to get your supplement company started? Thanks.
So it really didn't take much to get it started. I'll give you a little Cliff's Notes on that. So I went to California with, I think it wound up being like almost $7,000 to my name. And my family had like raised money, like fundraiser style for me. And got all the aunts and uncles to throw some money together because I was going to pursue my career in fitness in LA. And I hustled like crazy when I was out there. And when I came back, it was like 10 months later, I came back with over $70,000 in the bank because I just hustled like crazy, training, doing online coaching. And I came down here and I had all of the rest of the original Super DMZ. And so basically when Super DMZ was going out of I guess Super DMZ was being banned. And so my old partner, Rob DiMaggio, had to sell as much as he could before the ban. So all that was done, and that was the death of Super DMZ. But, you know, we figured out that you could reformulate it with methylstemblone and dimethazine. And that product was and is perfectly legal. And we just decided to call it Super DMZ 2.0 and put it out under Blackstone Labs. And so, you know, when we came up with the idea and said that we really like to do that, we trademarked the name already. You know, Robert was like, well, that's technically my product still, so I want to be a part of it. He was like, I'll order the next batch. And that was how that partnership started in the beginning. So it was really minimal on anybody's side really to invest into it in the beginning because we started out with just one product, you know, and then we just used the money of making the sales from those products to keep buying more stuff.
And the legacy of the Pink Room began.
Yep.
All right. More Shopify marketing.
Like when I was in the beginning, you know, I know Blackstone Labs grew really fast, but in the beginning, we just had one product. So it was just like shipping that one product every day. And I was still doing my coaching business all day, you know, so I wasn't going to give up on the coaching, you know, just because I was selling one product, 14 orders, 15 orders a day. It wasn't until the next year, you know, when I was ready to start putting more products out and I had really got a lot of traction going with that one product that I was like, all right, well, now we're making enough money where let's start investing into other products, you know? So you kind of like use the money that you're making to fund the operation.
Okay, we have one more actual question. There's like 7 spam emails in a row.
Wow.
All right. It says spinal cord nerve compression or blood flow oxygen problem or neuron transmission upwards? Please highlight.
Wait, ask that again.
It's not, so that's the title.
Oh, okay.
It's a long question.
Okay.
Hi, I've been training for the last 7 years consistently on supplements like pre-workout, aminos, glutamine, protein, fish oils, multivitamins, post-workout, fat burners, ephedra-based testosterone burners. My height is 6'3". I have tried all testosterone boosters in the market and never gone on steroids. Currently, my age is 33 years, 8 months. I started noticing pain in my spinal cord from the lower point upwards to the cranium. It used to irritate me throughout the day, so I was eager to find a solution at any cost. So I sit on a roller and roll the back, and then where I notice pain, I crank it up and the crackling sound relieves. The air bubbles and neurons are sent upwards to the brain, and blood flow and oxygen get passage. My question is that I have to do this 10 times a day because the spinal cord gets blocked again in just 1 hour. The second alternative is I have to run for 20 minutes and then turn my neck left and right to control my spinal cord and crack it up while warming from the neck. I have tried all powerlifting, bodybuilding, aerial circus, CrossFit, gymnastics, strongman. If you have a real answer, please explain, because I do not trust doctors as they straight away say, stop training. By the way, I am an actor also, so I am attaching a video of my 2 minutes advertisement I shot for a brand so you can get an idea of my physique. Let's see.
Let's see it.
I can get there. I've studied hard here, and I'm doing just fine. But I know I can do better. I want to move on and move up. I want to do my master's in Canada.
Ever since I qualified, I've always thought about moving overseas. With all my professional experience, Canada would be really good for my career and for my family. I know I can get there.
It's pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I have to show them my English is good enough. One reason I chose the IELTS test.
So what's his name?
It comes with fantastic preparation.
His name, I'm not even going to try. I will butcher the fuck out of it. You can read it. At the top.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry. It's
Gurkarak Sahani.
we're unseasoned white American chicken breasts, sorry.
My spinal cord from the lower point upwards to the cranium. So what happens if he doesn't do these things?
Just pain. I think that the pain is he says, I started noticing pain in my spinal cord from the lower point upwards to the cranium. So it starts from, I guess, his lower back up to his head.
Yeah, so his entire spine is hurting. But if he runs for 20 minutes?
If he runs for 20 minutes and then turns his neck left and right to control the spinal cord and crack it while warming up, then it relieves the air bubbles and neurons are sent upwards to the brain and blood flow and oxygen get passage.
And what are the other things that he can do?
The other thing he can do is...
foam roll?
Foam roll. Oh, it says... I sit on a roller and roll on the back, and then where I notice pain, I crank it up. So I don't know what that means.
Huh.
Or, okay, so maybe he's saying he lays down on a roller and he rolls, and there's a portion of it where, you know, it doesn't hurt. And then when he starts feeling where it hurts, he adds pressure and rolls it up.
On that hard. I mean, I'd rather do that than running for 20 minutes.
I would rather do
You
that.
Just keep busting that
I would rather
roller
do that
out.
10 times a day.
Just bring that roller with you everywhere you go.
I would just
I'm the foam roll man.
I would just start getting all my shirts custom tailored so that I could just slide this foam roller in no matter where I was, and it would just hold it for me.
I honestly, I wish that I could get him to go to see Dr. Nick, because that's totally a Dr. Nick question over there at Ruggiero Sports Medicine, because I have no idea what's going on with you. I don't like the idea of messing around with the spine, though.
Yeah.
I also think that I find it very, very interesting that the two ways to relieve it
Are so different.
are so vastly different. Because one of the ways,
You would think that they would at least mimic each other in what they're doing physically for you.
one of the ways should actually be hurting it a lot worse.
Foam rolling.
No, just pounding
Oh,
the fucking streets running. You know, like I wouldn't. When I blew my back out, there's no way I could barely walk, let alone run.
You go to the doctor, he's like, look, you're either going to need to foam roll or fucking put an egg in your shoe and beat it. He goes,
So that's a very, very.
dude, I really don't mean to laugh at like your situation.
No, I know, we're not.
And, like we're not laughing at you. It's just that it sucks and it doesn't. That's the one thing about like certain injuries, like especially like with your back, like or you know, it's kind of like when somebody like when I was in California and they were like, well, why do you need medical marijuana? I'm like, headaches. 'Cause they can't prove that. There's nothing they can do to prove that.
That's
so
true.
there's a lot of shit that goes on from your spine to your fucking head that like they have theories, but they just don't know for sure because do you want to let us try it on
What
you?
if the only thing that
Like-
would fix your headaches was foam rolling or running for 20 minutes?
Let's smoke more weed.
That's the third option.
It would still
Maybe
hurt.
this guy just needs to smoke some weed.
It would still hurt really bad. It would just be high. So I wouldn't care as much.
Yeah, that might be Gurkarat's plan of attack.
Now that you're saying it, I feel like that is how you say it.
Gurkarat?
Yeah.
Feel pretty
Gurkarat.
good. Honestly, why is he afraid of going to the chiropractor?
What I want to know.
Because he said he cracks it.
He did say, when I notice the pain, I crank it up and the crackling sound relieves the air bubbles and neurons are sent upwards to the brain. I don't know why, but when I read this, I imagine like Eric will know. You remember on Sega, the 7-Up video game? Where it was like the dude jumping through the bubbles in the 7-Up bottle?
I think this is a game you know more than I do.
That's impossible. There's no way that exists.
I think I've heard of that.
Maybe it wasn't 7-Up, but it was definitely some like name brand soda, and they had a game on Sega, and it was like this. Their little character jumped from carbonation bubble to carbonation bubble inside the bottle, and like collected little things. And
7-Up?
Sega. But yeah, when he says, "Huh,
Cool spot. Yeah. Cool spot.
cool spot," boom. What y'all know about cool spot? Fucking, I just out video gamed a video game collector, y'all. That's like major accomplishment for me. So,
I
yeah,
just have a video game collector. He doesn't actually play them. He just collects them.
he just looks at them.
He just has
doesn't-
them.
He doesn't know the stories behind any
Yeah.
of them.
Have you ever played this game? I got it.
I have.
I have it. I just don't.
Seven,
yeah.
I have 7 copies of it, but I've never put it into a system. Never played the first level. Never beat a boss.
The box is pretty dope though.
Yeah. I also have the limited edition one. Apparently, it comes with some extra characters or some shit, but I ain't never seen them because I don't play these shits.
Are video games like toys where you're supposed to leave them in the package,
They're worth more.
right?
Yeah.
If you have the full box, it's worth it. I don't do the sealed stuff. That's dumb.
Like 40-year-old version when he had all the sealed stuff. He sold it all and fucking got like $100,000.
That's hilarious. But so Eric, you said you don't do the sealed stuff. So like, is there a massive difference in price between the sealed and unsealed video games?
Like 500% profit.
Really?
Wow.
So you could just get literally the exact same game without cellophane on it.
Like, I had one game that someone traded me, and I sold it for 120, and then I bought the actual game again for $30.
Damn.
That's how you finesse. That is how you do it right there.
I guess though, if you are getting them for actual playing and you know that it's good, who cares if it's got the package on it? You're going to
No.
open it up and play it anyway.
Yeah. No, that's
But if
insane.
you are getting them to just have them, you're going to want to have
Then
the
you should
package.
definitely not give a fuck about the cellophane because you're not even going to play it. So it's just going to, you might as well just be a box collector. You fucking weirdo.
Chris
Jesus.
Heron collects board games.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
He has many
He's weird.
board games.
They take up like a percentage of his home.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
don't really collect anything that extreme. I was getting that way with snakes and reptiles for a little while. And then I just
Says
I
the
put a halt.
dude with multiple wings of his house just taken up by lizards.
That's a hard one to really keep getting carried away with, though.
Somehow you do it though. Somehow when you ran out of space inside the house, you decided to have outdoor enclosures built so you didn't. Yeah, no, you definitely.
I actually ordered 2 more the other day too.
Lizards or enclosures?
Snakes from fucking tier 1 reptiles. He has all this cool shit, and he's like always showing it to me. And I haven't gotten anything in a while, and it was like, God damn it! I was like, I kind of want this one, but I also like this other one.
Are they like? Do they have like the crazy colors on it?
Yeah,
Like,
they're pretty awesome.
what is it? Is it like mostly like I know you have the one that's white, but it has like the rainbow like oil effect.
Dude, one of the ones that I'm getting looks like if you took somebody that was like a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and just told them to make some like abstract art.
Oh, it's just black and yellow, black and yellow, black
like,
and
but,
yellow.
but like different yellows too, which is pretty weird.
True.
And then the other one has almost like a tiger vibe to it. Ooh, some oranges and fire.
It's a tiger snake.
Yes.
Well, I gotta say, I feel bad about this dude's neck head problem.
Oh, you want to hear something really cool? Let me see if I screwed this up or not. Hold on a minute. See, things that are popping into my head like very late today. Oh, this actually did work out pretty good for me today. So I decided that I wanted a custom t-shirt for the Natural Body Epic Block Party, which was fucking awesome, by the way. One of my favorite events that I've ever done. Talked about it on the cardio Q&A the other day, and I wound up crying a little bit, like a little baby. But I met some fucking awesome people at that one, excuse my language. And the fans up there are so cool, man. They like watch me so closely. It's crazy. And they'll, they're like, oh, on the 3rd episode of Muscle Mogul when you did this, and like they watch shit so close. It's so cool that like people care like that. Also, I like the way that they swear up there too. Like this one guy was like, I ain't fucking with nobody but Blackstone Labs ever again. And I was like, hell yeah.
We'll take that. Thank
Yeah.
you. We appreciate the support. We ain't fucking with nobody but you ever again.
Yeah, that's right.
Just let you know.
I love that shit. So I wanted to have a custom shirt. So I went to this place called T-Shirt Express. It's right by my house, by the fucking, God, I keep swearing, by the grilled cheese place.
Okay.
And I saw it getting grilled cheese, actually, nonetheless.
I think I'm actually going to go there when we're done with this.
Oh, okay. All right. So I went in there and I was like, I want to make a shirt. I don't know if I have enough time to do it. And he was like, well, how many do you need? And I was like, possibly just one. And he was like, well, we don't have minimums here, so we can do one. And I was like, do you have the American Apparel or they may even be alternative apparel, actually, deep Vs? I'm like, I want the deep V, not the regular V. I want it as deep as it can be. And he's like, yes, that is. This only brand is the only one that does them. And we have them in pretty much every color. And I'm like, well, that worked out pretty easy because I was trying to get my guys to do this for me in the old office. And it was like 6 months before I finally got them. And I kind of bailed out on it after that. And he was like, no, I mean, I can get one done for you tomorrow. And so I was like, sweet, what colors do you have? And he was like, all of them. And I was like, I mean, what is that? Like, what is all of them? So he just fires out all the colors. This guy's been working there for a million years, so he knows them all. And I'm like, whoa. So she actually wanted to match. And so she had like this like light blue sports bra. And I was like, do you have like a light blue, like a powder blue? And he was like, yes, I do. I was like, boom, let's do that. But then when I saw the like chart, they emailed me like the chart. And there were 19 more colors. And I was like, basically like, can I get one in every one of these colors actually? And they were like, yeah, if you want that. And I was like, yeah, I would like one in every color. So they sent an invoice yesterday. And I guess I didn't. Oh, no, they sent an invoice and David actually paid it. He was like, boom, paid. And I guess I didn't know that he did that. And so the woman had emailed me asking me to just confirm the colors like all week. And then finally yesterday, I was like, oh my God, yes, confirmed. I want these. That's awesome. And so she messaged me today and she was like, your shirts are done. And so I messaged her right away and said, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to make it there in time, what time you there till? And she said 5:30. So it is 4:27. It's looking pretty good for me and all my 19 new deep V-neck shirts. I'll probably wear them one time and then maybe never wear them ever again.
Just so that everybody can ask where they can get them. And
Yep.
you can tell them, sorry, it's a one-off.
People are already been asking. Billy saw
Oh,
it.
you
Billy
want
got eyes on that first one.
You want that presidential, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man. So we are done with the questions.
I was going to bring Sammy on as a guest because I thought that we were going to have no questions, and I was like, we'll break up the time a little bit with Sammy. But I feel like we answered a pretty good amount of questions on this one.
Yeah, I feel like this was a good...
Also, I'll tell you this. I'm a little tired because we just did a lot of listening, and that can tire you out a little bit.
Especially when you're listening to how they put 27 rounds into a dude.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's a lot of rounds.
How crazy is that, though? I kind of want to see that. Is that weird?
You can see it if I can do it. You gotta let me wear the shirt, though.
How sick is that remote control thing?
That's... Well, like, you've seen the videos of, like, what it looks like on their screen when they're doing it, right? When it's, like, night vision. It's just, like, they literally just, like, pull. Doesn't even make a sound. And then just on the screen, it's just, like...
So crazy.
Gone. Everything over there is dead.
I wanted to ask, but, you know, we were recording it, so I didn't want to, like, make him uncomfortable and thing, but I wanted to ask, like, yo, do you guys ever just for like shits and gigs just set shit up out there and be like, yo, let's blast these targets now? Well, there's nothing going on tonight out here in Afghanistan. Let's fucking shoot the shit out of these things. Because like, how do you not?
No, they do, except for they don't set anything up. They just shoot the people. All right, next one coming on this road is fucked. I mean, come on. You're really going to go out into the field where there's potential threat to set up a target to shoot at? Like,
good,
no, we'll
good
point. We'll just wait
point.
for the next potential threat. Like, he was a potential threat. Look at him.
Did you hear what he was saying about, I don't know if you were in yet when he was talking about the goats.
No, I wasn't in there yet.
He was like, man, they do some really, really crazy shit out there. He was like, I'm sure you've heard some of these rumors about the goats, which I have. And he was like, it's true. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, we've seen it a few times. Actually, it's messed up.
What, when they like put the IEDs in the goats?
No,
when they butt fuck them?
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
We're not gonna end the show on that, are we?
No, we could. I would rather end it on, sometimes they strap IEDs to the goats and then they send the goats running in your direction and then they blow them up.
That's better.
Sometimes they do that.
Poor goat.
I'd rather think about that.
Yeah, and then the other way. I actually think that the goats got it worse off the other way.
Absolutely, because then it still has to think about everything that just happened for the rest of its goat life. Just imagine being a fucking in a field knowing fucking Jabbar back there fucking gave it to you. That's terrible. What a fucking life to live. He's probably going to do it again next week, too. Fuck. Just we hope to God he doesn't come and put
those guys are doing that more than once. You do that shit once, you're doing it again.
Oh, man.
If you are in that mindset where you're going to go and give it to a goat, you're gone forever. You're probably getting a different goat every night then after that.
Once you go goat, you never go back.
Yeah. Gross.
Do you think it's like it's like one of those, it's like steroid use in the bodybuilding industry, like once you go natty, they're like, no, he already fucked a goat. He's in the group. You can't deny it.
That's it.
Look at him, he's clearly a goat fucker. Look at his veins.
It's because they're all on PCP.
Are they?
He said a lot of them are just running around smoking PCP the whole time. So God only knows what's going through their mind when those goats are there.
And that is exactly why we have substance restrictions in America, because smoking PCP will just make you fuck goats.
Gross.
Terrible. And on that note, we'll just end it like we always do with the peace out pie.